So we're almost done, and all we need to do now is decide on exactly what we want to kind of showcase in our design. I think that for this design, what do I like? I actually quite like. I decided to change the carpet up in the living room. I thought that it worked better with the green, so that's one thing I liked. And I quite like the bed, so maybe I'll showcase like the kitchen space and then the bed space. So try to get at least two pictures of your design. Now, how do we showcase this? And actually, what do I have going on right now? You might notice that I have a bit more detail and a bit more lighting going on, and actually that's because I have figured out how to turn on shadows and stuff, and that allows you to get some really detailed a detailed look of how light is going to interact with your design. And you can actually change the time of day. So from the early morning, going to see how the sun will rise and set, and choose what you think looks the most visually appealing for your house. And then, how do we turn those on? Well, first of all, you have to go to View and you choose Shadows. You can also choose Fog, but Fog is like more for larger objects. I would just choose Shadows. The other option is you can go to different styles. If you go to Face Style, you can actually change it to get rid of different textures. You can also do monochrome, which actually looks kind of cool. So if you wanted to do one that's just monochrome, you could do that. But if we go shaded with textures, that turns the textures on. And then the only other thing you have to do is turn on the shadows toolbar. So you have to go to your view, you have to go to toolbars, and you have to find the shadows toolbar and make sure it's checked. Once the shadows toolbar is checked, you can then control the shadows from the toolbar here. And I've just moved it so that it all is on one nice line, like that. Sometimes once the scene gets a little bit bigger, it takes a little bit of time for the toolbar to load. At least that's what I've found. It like loads, and then it kind of pops up, and then it loads again, and then you press close, and then it kind of takes a second to figure out what it wants to do. And then once it's figured it out, it should be fine. But this is why you should always save your work, because there's a chance that it freezes or crashes or something like that, and you don't want that to happen. So always, always, always save. All right, there, we're back. So now, I can change it. So then once you have that turned on, you turn shadows on, you can control it up here. It's just the shadows toolbar. Then you can decide where you want your picture to be. So I'm going to maybe set up so that I can kind of see. I want to have a picture, so I'm going to zoom over here. I want to kind of capture the TV and have like have people like kind of picturing having Bob be here to host a party of some kind. I'm just trying to get it in the right angle, and you have to like zoom in and zoom around. This is the angle I want, I think. Something like that. So that's kind of cool. You have like the couch, the chair, you have the door. And so if I like this angle, then I change the sun angle, maybe something like that. And then all I have to do is go File, and I choose Export, and I choose 2D Graphic. And then it will save to wherever I want it to save. So I could save it to the 3D Objects folder, and I could say Townhouse Design Project, Render 1. And then I pick a different spot in the house, and I can move my scale person over. So we go over here. Now he's flying up in the air. There we go. I don't want him jumping on the bed. And we need to lift him up. If you need to lift up, you can also use the arrow keys. Up arrow key would mean that if you press the up arrow key, then you're able to lift up and down. There. Now he's positioned in the bedroom, and I can get a kind of a nice angle, hopefully. It's a little bit tricky to find a way to get the angle that you want. There, something like that, sort of showing the bedroom space, and then I just see what the light is that I want. Maybe it is late at night. Ooh, that's kind of cool. His shadow is silhouetted and the sun is just setting. I'm into that. That's kind of a neat design. So it's like someone just opened the door and he's standing there being like, hello. So now we go File, Export, and choose 2D Graphic again. And we choose, I can click this and I choose Render 2. And we press Export. And then if we go to, if we open up a File Explorer, we go to 3D Objects. You can see there's a bunch of other 3D objects here. But the townhouse file is here. And then here is the renders. So here's the first one. This is our first picture. And this is our second picture. And this is an actual photo, so you could post this on your Instagram. You could post this on your whatever your feed is, and you can hand it in for marks if that's what you're watching the videos for. And that's basically covers everything. So going from basically building to laying out the scene, and then to building, adding furniture, coloring, and then getting some pictures of the design. And then always, 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 always make sure that you save your work when you're finished. Always save it. Save it twice just to make sure. Let's adjust the lights. And you can also turn the shadows off just by clicking here. Yeah, so that's it. Leave questions in the comments. If you liked it, press like. You can subscribe if you want. And I'll try to put out more videos of different design tools. And I hope you found this tutorial series useful. And I look forward to hearing what you think. And also, if you have any suggestions of things you'd like to see, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.